Hello and welcome everybody. Farmer Donkey here. We are on episode 17 of our Calmlands One Tile Challenge. So we got a good couple of things planned to do today. We need to go ahead and sell off our lettuce that I went ahead and loaded up. We also need to sell some silage and then make some upgrades to our fertilizer spreader so we can spray our grass field uh, with liquid fertilizer. So we will be purchasing some liquid fertilizer and making some upgrades to our fertilizer sprayer. So yeah, uh, if you haven't yet and you've been enjoying this content, please consider subscribing and smashing that like button. Also, down in the description are all of the content creators that I know of that are doing this challenge. They are doing a lot of great things on their one tile, so definitely go and check out their videos. Without further ado, I have already loaded our lettuce. Oh, yes, and between last episode and this one, I did go ahead and mow the rest of the yard and tossed it into the other silage bunker. Yeah, don't mind the shape on that. I uh, I piled it all up and then kind of just jumped the tractor back and forth. Um, but yeah, so that's all mowed down a little bit, and let's see how much we get. Hold on, before I pull in there, let me turn my HUD back on. All right. There we go. That that helps us out a lot. We're at 22,000. I think our first silage bunker, I did go ahead and start later. That way we can jump right into selling all of our products. So we are gonna go ahead and load, and I will catch back up to you guys once we have sold all of the silage. Well, not all of it, but a good chunk of it. All right, so we have finished emptying out the bunker silo, and we are going to go ahead and sell our last load. So far, we've made quite a bit of change. So even though we're only getting a 2% bonus from precision farming, we are looking pretty good as far as going to be able to upgrade our sprayer a little bit, and then we might be able to do a little bit more around the farm. So looking forward to doing that. As I think what it takes, I want to say 15 or 16,000 to 15 or 16,000 to upgrade our fertilizer sprayer. But I think I want to go ahead and drop the bucket off, and then we can grab our pallet forks, because we are going to run up to the shop after we do that, and we will get, I might have to move the mower in order to get to the sprayer. So we'll pull the mower out real quick. We'll place it over here. So one of the things I do want to do is probably put down some kind of storage area for our tools because our farm's a mess. Um, there's no denying that. Maintenance isn't looking so good on this either. Uh, so we'll see what we need to do to repair it and upgrade it a little bit. All right. Let's see. Oh, repair's gonna be easy. Okay, 500 bucks. Too easy. Customize. Okay, so we want to put the pulse width modulation on there for 14.4. Oh man, we were almost there to be able to do both. Okay, so that's awesome. Good to know. Um, but we do just want to go ahead and put that on there. And then we're gonna run up and grab a pallet of liquid fertilizer. I think we should only need the one, just because pallet I believe is 2,000 liters, and this holds just beneath that. So that's why I wanted the pallet forks, is we're going to go ahead and load most of that into here, and then we're just going to bring the rest down with us. So once we're done with that, we'll be good to go. And we still have 30,000 that we can spend. I think I want to put it in productions, is what I want to go ahead and spend on. I know we don't necessarily have a. Oh, thank you so much for stopping. I should have looked across the road, but I didn't. But mm, that, and I've also been looking at this tractor. I know it's not super huge, but it has a front 3-point, and it can also be equipped with the sensor, but that'd be 38,000 total that we would need. It only has 112 horsepower. Oh, wait. Yeah. So it's actually upgraded to the max that it can go. So that's not... Oh, I forgot to buy the fertilizer. But that's not a bad idea. Then there's also the slurry sprayer. So if we do cows, that wouldn't be a bad thing to have either. But we don't have cows. We don't have any slurry. Not at the moment. I think we're going to have to just skip around that. So we do need a pallet of liquid fertilizer, but we also need a pallet of solid fert for our other grass field, because there's no way with the trees there that we're going to get our liquid sprayer around there. So we will go ahead and fill this up real quick. And then we will grab both of these with our pallet forks. Alright, there we go. So we are good to go. I see just the one truck. Alright, make sure I double check this time. Alright, and down to the farm we go. But this should be a quick little job. So I don't think we're gonna do any kind of cut or anything of that nature. Why I spray this field. I'm gonna go ahead and drop those off real quick. That way we only have Alright, turn on our steering assist. Let this fully unfold. Oh yeah, this is gonna be nice. Alright, so let me line up. Oh yeah, this is gonna be great. Definitely don't feel like we're running through fertilizer nearly as fast now. It's... yeah, we're not moving as fast, but we're covering a bigger range, and I am glad that we did find this on the used market. It's huge for us. Huge, huge, huge. That's going to save us so much money going forward. But plans for the farm. So we still have 28,000 after we bought the fertilizer. How to go ahead and reinvest this? It's not necessarily enough to go ahead and buy the cattle barn that we were looking at last episode. But it is enough to put down our lumber mill that we wanted. Don't hit the silo. Granted, we're not going to be cutting down trees for a minute. I might hold off on putting down that lumber mill just a little bit longer. Just trying to think what we're gonna do. We do have our barley that's gonna be ready for harvest next month. So we'll be able to feed our chickens. But one of the other things that I want to look at, because we're going to have canola, I believe, either July or August. That'll be ready. And might want to throw down a oil mill for that of sorts, just to see if we can't maximize our profits off of that. Question is this going to immediately reflect on our precision farming? No. Okay, so it's not going to do anything until we cut the grass again. And then we can see how that's going to affect our environmental score. But we used right around 200 liters for this field, so that's not that bad at all. I did... Now, this isn't necessarily the one tile challenge, but I did go ahead and put out a post that I want all of your opinions on. So I've been thinking about bringing back our farmhand to farm owner series, the roleplay series that I was doing in 22. And I wanted to know what map you all think I should do it on. I definitely think... I had fun making that series. The reason it did get stopped was mostly because Farm Sim 25 came out, and I wanted to play that. So I kind of just let that series fall away. Honestly, I probably shouldn't have started that series with Farming Sim 25 coming out right around the corner, but we did. And so I do kind of want to get back into that. I had a lot of fun with the roleplay, and oh, I did not get that hooked. Come on. Oh, because I don't have the right piece selected. Okay, there we go. There we go. So, man, yeah. We only used about 143 liters for that big old grass field. That's not bad at all. I mean, granted, we'll probably use a lot more on different crops, but... Okay. Okay, yeah, all that slime and seed over here. So put our fertilizer there. We'll get our sprayer put back away. I think... Oh, man. I shouldn't have filled that back up with lime. But... So we'll empty this out. And we need to think... I know I said we should save some money. But this This yard is a mess. And I want to see what we can put. Try and organize this a little bit. Yeah. At least a little bit. Get some parking spots for some tools. Instead of just using the tree line to cover everything. So I think that might be, once we get this fertilized, I think that might be what we do. And I think if I remember correctly, I can just about do this whole area over here. Yeah, I could probably get away with just driving down the middle of these for every other one. And that should just about do it pretty nicely on this field. So I went down that one. And then I think I can go in between here. Yep, there we go. Okay, so that was a lot less painless than I thought it was going to be. Right. So our nitrogen levels are set on our grass fields, but you can see just in the corner. Actually, let me go ahead and pull up the big map and see how much more even the liquid sprayer is compared to our spreader. Huge difference. Just as far as consistency is concerned. I mean, they both did a pretty decent job, but I do like the consistency as far as the sprayer. Alright, so I know we want to go ahead and do a cow barn. And we still want to put a road. So I think the rest of this episode, we're going to go ahead and do a little bit of work on what our farm looks like overall. So I'm just going to tuck the tractor out of the way real quick. Turn it off. And then we're going to come in here. So first things first, do want to go ahead and throw down some gravel in and around here. Just to kind of lay things out. I think, there we go. And then I think we'll cover that a little bit. And then we want to change that'll allow us so that gives us a little bit of road. I think I'm gonna go ahead and paint in around here, just so we don't have to worry about trying to squeeze the mower in. Alright. So I think no. We have our silo up there. Hmm. Trying to think as far as how much room we're gonna need. So I know the house is gonna take up a good chunk over here. So we're gonna end up having to remove a good chunk of these trees before we plop down our house plot, I believe. Let me just take a look. So we might go ahead and put our where we want. Yeah. Okay, so we would have to remove at least a couple of those trees. And then we'd be able to throw that down. But shed wise, do want to put down a couple of sheds. Um hmm. It might be hmm. Would that be big enough for our harvester, I wonder? Let's take a look. Looks like it should fit just fine underneath it. That wouldn't allow us to get out too easily. Now, if we were to place it down in between, are we going to be able to do that? Oh, no, because our pallets are going to spawn over there too. Um, I think, what other options do we have? So that's a little shorter. I do like that a little bit. And this is huge. Like, good grief, that is huge. But it's meant to go down next to other buildings. Okay. Or have a little awning. Oh, that's kind of narrow. We don't have the money for that. But yeah, so I think we might go ahead and go with this one. Yeah. I think we'll go ahead and plop that down. Um, okay. And that'll give us a place to park our harvester. Wonder if I can do those back to back. No, because it's not going to line up with how the land is set there. But that will allow us to park the harvester there. Another thing I want to look into. Do we have... What is that? Oh, manure heap. We could do a bale and pallet storage. That would kind of organize what we have. I don't think we're going to have that many pallets, though. Uh, Interesting. Okay. There's a... Huh. I didn't know that. Do. Wonder if it's in decorations. Um, Not fences. Yeah, so we could put down a shelf and just put things on. Well, no. Actually, I think we might go ahead and do a bale and pallet storage. That way we have a place to put our... Yeah. That way we can put our lettuce and eggs and everything else from our productions into that. Um, so what's going to be an affordable option for us as far as storage buildings? Um, hmm. I think this one is probably going to be... Oh, that is huge. Man. Um, that is a lot bigger than I thought it was. Yikes. Hmm. We might hold off on that until we get a few more things moved around. But we can go ahead and get our harvester out of the tree line. And finally get that parked under some cover. Uh, do, do, do. Set the header down. And we still have a little bit of space. Which one do we want to... Might go ahead. We still need more storage area. But in the meantime, I can move most of the stuff over onto the pavement at least. Well, gravel, not pavement, but... And I think we'll organize the shed a little bit. As far as the pallets go, though, um, yeah, I think we will organize the pallets a little bit underneath that down there. Um, oh, if I had known we had solid fertilizer in this, that's what I would have put down. But I think I'm just going to go ahead and pull this through. That way we have it hooked up to the front. I hope this will fit. It should. It'll be... Okay, no, it's going to be too tight. Well, okay. So, we'll just back this up into the open space behind it. And then we'll have to figure out what we'll do with that. I am kind of fine parking the forge wagon on the silage bunker that we're not using, but eventually we will probably throw down another little shed for that. I think I'll put the tree planter. Yeah, I think we'll put the tree planter. And we still got 122 saplings, so I had said before that we wanted to plant. Yeah, so I think I will put this closer to the rail over here. But yeah, when we start cutting down some trees, we will definitely be definitely replanting a lot of them. Let's see. Let's see. Got lime. So we'll get that scooped up and moved over. Lime is pretty heavy, so we'll do this one pallet at a time. Now, I do want to kind of keep our lime a little separated. But yeah, so I think I'm going to go ahead and get everything moved around. But I think that's all we're going to be doing this month as far as this episode's concerned. So I am going to get this organized, and we will see you guys all in the next episode. So thank you all for joining. Again, if you haven't yet, please consider dropping a like and smashing the subscribe button, or vice versa, whichever. And definitely check out the other content creators that are doing this challenge. They're putting out a lot of great content. I have been enjoying watching them. I do a lot of the watching while I edit. But yeah. Definitely check them out. But thank you all for joining, and until next time, peace.